Hey guys, I'm looking forward to an amazing week in our student ministry. It really is going to be an incredible week for us in the student ministry. Before we dive into some announcements, I wanted to give you guys just a quick thought. I'm actually taking this from our reading challenge. So if you're following along with our reading challenge, you're actually going to get to this passage later in the week. Proverbs chapter 2, we're just going to look at two quick verses. We're going to look at verses 4 and verses 5. So Proverbs 2, verses 4 and 5. Verse 4 says, if you seek it, understanding or wisdom, so if you seek understanding or wisdom like silver, and search for it as for hidden treasure, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. Proverbs, just throughout the entire book, but particularly in these early chapters, is really clear on how important it is for us to seek wisdom, for us to dive in and seek understanding. And when we seek those things, what we will find is an understanding of God and a healthy fear and respect for God. And then we'll get to know Him better. But it requires us actively seeking and searching for understanding and wisdom. And part of that is making sure that we're in Scripture where wisdom can be found. You're never going to accidentally run into wisdom just wandering around out there. You're going to have to look for it on purpose. And so make sure this week that you're diving into our reading challenge so that you can seek wisdom and understanding and find God. That's kind of my challenge and my prayer for you guys. I'm going to put the reading challenge at the end of this video. There's two different versions. There's a high school version and a junior high version. Guys, I don't care which one you're doing. Junior high students, if you need a little more challenge, do the high school version. High school students, if you're really strapped for time and just really struggling to get it plugged in, do the junior high version. I was telling our college students this. Start somewhere this week. Do something. Just do a little bit this week to deepen your relationship with God. Spend time in His Word. That's our challenge for this week. Just a couple of quick announcements. Like I said, it is going to be an awesome week in our student ministry. We obviously have Impact Weekend coming up. That's this weekend. So make sure you get registered. Prices will go up a little bit after today. So if you can, get registered today. Save a little bit of money. It is going to be an awesome weekend. We've got some great shirts for it. It's just going to be a really fun weekend. Awesome speaker, awesome band. Got some really cool things planned. We are going to be in host homes. If you are not comfortable putting your student in a host home, you can still participate in the other parts of the weekend. Just communicate with me and we'll get that all set up so that you can still participate if you don't want your student staying in a host home at this point. So however you can participate, we would love for you to participate. And we already have some students that are not going to do the host homes. They're going to do some of the large group stuff. And so there are already students doing that. So feel comfortable doing that if that's the way you want to participate. Like I said, communicate with me and we'll get something set up so that your student can do something this weekend with Impact Weekend. Midpoint is our normal schedule. We'll be in the AB from 5 to 6 for open gym, and at 6:30 at 6 we'll have pizza over in the AB. At 6:30 we'll move over to the main building. We'll go into the student worship room and we'll have our Bible study. We'll wrap up about 7:30, so parents, that's when we'll conclude Midpoint. On Wednesday, it'll be a great midpoint. We're still working on the Sermon on the Mount. It's going to be an awesome lesson. I hope you guys can join us on Wednesday at some point that day, either an open gym or pizza or for Bible study at 6:30. It's going to be an awesome Wednesday. Sunday Plus is going to look a little different this week. We will have choir from 5 to 6, and challengers will happen from 6 to 7:30 afterwards. But we will not do our other Bible studies this week. After Impact Weekend, several of our leaders are just going to be kind of worn out, and so we're going to skip junior high and high school girls on Sunday evening, but we will have choir and we will have challengers, so make sure you guys jump in if those are activities that you're involved with. Kind of the last thing I want to talk about for just a second is Pray for Schools. Pray for Schools is just our church-wide challenge. We're asking all of our folks to lift up our schools, our teachers, our students in prayer. That is a challenge that we're taking up church-wide, but I really hope that our parents and students can lead out in that challenge. Just because you're in school doesn't mean that you can't pray for schools. And so please take up the Pray for School challenge. What we're asking is that you make one commitment to pray 3 times a week for our schools. On Sunday, I'll have a list of the schools out in the lobby. You can come by and get the pamphlet and have all the schools in your hand if you'd like. I'll also each week put the list of schools that we're praying for up on our social media, and so the churches and the student ministries, Facebook and Instagrams, will have those lists of schools each week. We're also going to be doing some challenges, some ways to serve our schools. Do what you can, but at the very least, spend the next 6 praying with me for our schools. I hope that you guys have a great week. I'll put the scrolls here in afterwards. It'll have our reading challenge and just highlighted the announcements and a registration link for Impact Weekend in case you need that. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday.